And welcome everyone to another LTTP daily race here on Speak Gaming. My name is Sheepy Maya, and I'll be one of your commentators.
I'm Claymore729. I will be Sheepy's co-com. How are you doing tonight?
We're doing good. Tonight's race is an open 7-7 defeat Ganon, and it is going to, as always, be very interesting. We have Roach, Smur, DJ Darkwing D, and James FNX on Restream today.
And behind them, we've got 13 other runners in the back who we are not watching, but you can always pop over to racetown.gg and check out all of the runners for yourself. And go ahead and give everyone a follow while you're at it. These people are doing an amazing job.
Mic off.
So I see the bunny sprite. I see a Chrono Trigger sprite, and I cannot think of his name off the top
Magus.
of my head. Thank you. Is that a bunk link that Raj is using?
It looks like a link between Worlds Link, maybe. And we are off.
We got a Swingy and a Blue Rupee. So it's kind of interesting how we got kind of different starts. All crystals in the light world, which is actually really nice, which means all three of our pendants are in the dark world.
A very blue seed in the lit world, and as you say, that means that all three of our pendants are in the dark world, which could be good and could be bad, depending on what we find later on.
Pulled the 3 prizes, Blue Rupees, so early money. Always
Early money's always good, especially because that means that our runners are going to be able to farm 20s off of the rupees, off the rupee pool, if they get to a high enough tier.
Oh, that's hilarious. Uncle gives us more money, and then there's the murals just in the sewer. Just like here, have money.
It's very rich seed, and the bush crab is dropping 4 bombs, which is going to be very good for our runners as they move into Kakariko.
Oh, early bombs is one of the best things to get a whole bush crab. Lumberjack.
Just $50.
Okay. I was like, that is just barely in the wrong spot that I cannot see it.
And that lumberjack item only becomes accessible A, when you have the boots, and B, after you defeat Aghanim. So knowing that it's a junk item is very good for our runners, because it means they may not have to worry about defeating Aghanim, having to wrap that early in. And these gloves in the Lost Woods puts Aghanim even further out of play, because that is one part of our Dark World access.
Which is really nice. I've seen the escape play from three of our runners, which also gives us a bottle, which gives us another check early on with Sick Kid.
Yeah, you'll love to see it. The more you can do in Kakariko when you get there, the better off you are.
It's just like really nice early start. What do you think we're going to be on the hunt for later?
I think that we're going to be on a hunt for the hook shot.
Ooh. Sorry, I got a notification. I was confused about it.
Now, those 3 pendants being in the dark world means that it's very possible that I'm going to end up being wrong, and the Swamp Pals is going to be one of our pendants, which means that the hook shot is not technically necessary to complete the game.
Bombs, mail, another Swingy.
Second sword, that's going to be very helpful for Roach and James.
$20.
Roach, James, and Smirk are going to love seeing that Master Sword.
Oh yeah. And then $20?
That was $50, which gives DJ Darkwing enough money to grab the items from the bottle vendor.
Mirror.
Well.
That's not what I was expecting. But it is nice.
That's a very good item to have early on, and it means that that people doing the escape play have a bit of a tactical advantage.
More bombs? So many bombs.
Roach is doing what we call a little bit of a sequence break here. Without the lamp, he is proceeding backward into Dark Cross to get the item there. This could be a significant play for him.
There's Moon Pearl down in the well!
But the Moon Pearl in the well is going to be perhaps a more significant play.
I think, is tier 2 arrows?
I didn't check his damage or his getting hit to killing enemies, so I'm not sure what tier that was actually.
Let's go chicken hut. And there was just a key back there. There's Cane of Burna. Not the cane I was thinking of.
No, the other cane, the red cane, is the cane of Samaria, and that will be a required item if Misery Mire or Turtle Rock is in play.
Cane of Samaria being on ped would be very, very terrible.
That would be incredibly rude.
And then Smurge just picked up this gloves. Let's see what's in the library. Another $50. A lot of early money.
Yeah, this seed is very, very wealthy early on, and DJ electing to blind do the race game, meaning he's not checking what the item is before he's committing to the race game. This is a tactic I don't see very often. Usually a runner will check to see what it is before deciding to commit the time.
Yeah, I was just like, that's an interesting play. Piece of heart. There's a piece of heart on the race game, which is not too bad, but honestly not worth. It was not worth starting that
No,
time.
it wasn't worth Darkwing's
investment.
time to grab it.
So where does DJ go from here? Does DJ go do the?
No, DJ is going to go check the back of escape.
Yep.
This is another 3 checks that he's going to get, and there's every possibility that something good is going to be back here.
So we know Dark Cross was a key. Powder, $20, and a hammer.
The hammer. That is Dark World access.
Yeah, that's just. This game was just like, here, have Dark World access early.
And if he had the mirror from the back of Blind's hut, then he would have a lot of the pieces of the puzzle that he would want. But this does put Darkwing in a bit of a bind, because this means he can go do a lot of things in the Dark World. First of which is he's going to go to the Hype Cave.
Don't honestly blame him here.
Say again?
I said, don't honestly blame him here. Okay, so
Ice Palace is Green Pendant, Red Pendant, Misery Mire. Good Crystals are Swamp and Ice. And Blue Pendant is Turtle Rock. So our runners are going to need that hook shot.
and Samaria's not on ped.
That is correct. With Misery Mire in play, we're going to see that cane be required.
It's like with Turtle Rock
Or-
being your pendant.
With Ice Palace in play, rather. No, Misery Mire, that's right.
Nothing in Hype Cave?
Unfortunately not.
But you know, because I looked up right at the third check because like my phone vibrate.
And as Scarlet Sisters is saying in chat, that means that Darkwing is going to not find that mirror for a while, because he would have to go back to Blind's hut to get it.
What was that on Sick Kid?
Sick Kid was nothing. It was junk. It was either rupees or I think it was a single arrow, actually.
Okay. Because it wasn't rubies, I can say that much. I still wasn't sure what it was. I was like, what was that? The vision is just bad enough. Roach is doing chicken head. So where does DJ go with this setup, honestly?
Man, that's a good question.
Dig game? Dig game.
I mean, it's going to be dig game at first, but there's not actually a lot he can do here. He doesn't have the bow, so he can't run through pod for the green pendant. But without the mirror, it's not a really efficient route anyway.
Yeah, can't really do much in this case. Though I say for the rest of our runners, they could go up to Hera.
Without the lamp, it's out of logic.
True. You can't Hera pot.
No, you need the hook shot for that. Darkwing is going to attempt to get some money early on from this arrow game. If you hit all 5 arrows, you can net a significant amount of money from this.
Honestly, I think you get more. You definitely get more money than you pay
Absolutely.
early on.
It's
like,
4,
you're
8,
getting-
16, 32, and then 99.
Oh, we've seen Smartgo Dark World.
Or 64.99. Whoops.
Getting his crystals. So we're gonna probably see Hype Cave here. We can check the dam with this as well with that mirror. So I'm actually kind of surprised that wasn't done earlier by DJ when he was down here doing Hype Cave.
Remember, DJ doesn't have the mirror.
Even before he goes in the Dark World, I was like, why didn't he go do the dam?
That's fair.
But at the same time, like, it's a bit of a walk.
Yeah, now he's gonna loop. He's gonna loop Dam in now, and then go to Mini Moldorm and probably South Shore. I imagine that Mini Moldorm is gonna have something for us, or maybe Ice Hard Cave.
Something in this South Shore Mini Moldorm dam. Excuse me, routing. I'm okay. Let's see what the dam holds for us first. 'Cause that's really what a cape.
Ooh. Oh.
Mm.
That doesn't really help us much.
I also don't like. If we didn't have Mirror and Pearl, I would not have liked that implication from this game. You know?
Well, the mirror, the cape would only be a very bad implication if we didn't have Master Sword. With Master Sword in our hands, the cape doesn't really point us strongly towards Aghanim.
It's just more the combination of the two, just together. Just like if we didn't have Hammer, Mirror, and Pearl, and Moldrum, are you okay?
That Moldrum seriously did not want to be hit by that bomb.
There's Red Mail. That's Zora money.
That's Red Mail incredibly early. That is very good news for Darkwing. Good news for everybody, actually. And yeah, we are going to eventually see a Zora check at this point. Once he's done here, if he decides to go up to Ice Rod Cave, we're going to see a fake Clipper up to the Zora area.
Possibly a fake Flipper into, do Waterfall to Zora.
Mm-hmm.
Can't do Splash Deletion to check to get if the item on Zora Ledge is nice.
Nope, we cannot do Splash Deletion with the items we have on hand right now. We need the arrows, a boomerang, the Cane of Samaria, something to load up the Ancilla slots so that the Splash cannot spawn. Part of the weirdness of this game is that the code that checks whether Link is allowed to swim is run by the splash that comes up when you jump into the water. So if you can make that splash not happen, you can make the game sort of forget that you're not supposed to be swimming. But we did not see that from Darkwing. He's saving Quit out of Ice Rod Cave, and now he's heading
Somewhere.
to Village of Outcasts, I believe is his next move.
Did he do? He didn't have done his CAC runs. Just fucking do CAC into Village of Outcasts. Or just straight into Village of Outcasts. Okay. Oh no, I would have done. If he hadn't done CAC by that point, I would have done CAC into Village of Outcasts. That's just also me. Stumpy's is giving us some arrows.
Yeah, nothing really interesting so far. It looks like maybe the front of Thieves Town is going to have something of interest, or I honestly do not know.
Front of Thieves Town, early Skullwoods.
Early Skull Woods with red mail isn't the worst thing ever, but it's also not the best thing.
Master Sword. It's like honestly, and a hammer. So we're not like completely out of luck.
But yeah, if I were Darkwing, I would probably put my money on Front Thieves.
Yeah, I'd have gone Front of Thieves rather than Skullwoods, but
yeah, Thieves, you like the 4 items you can get in Front of Thieves are a lot more accessible than the 2 you can get here.
Especially because there's one.
And we're going to see a magic bat check here from Smirk. It's a perfect time to do it. He's never going to be in this good a position again, except for maybe the Smith check.
Yeah, but not magic bat.
No, unfortunately, the magic bat is just a money pit.
Front of Thieves. Oh, that's unfortunate.
It looks like you walked into the Wallmaster.
Never mind.
It was tactical.
I forget that with going out that entrance where the Wallmaster is gets you to the other side of, gets you to the back of Skullwoods, which you can't actually do anything with unless you have a fire rod.
Yep. This seed is just pushing our runners into the Village of Outcasts area.
There's one more item in Skullwoods.
Yep, one more item in Skullwoods, and I'm not entirely sure about this play, to be honest. The Skullwoods play, as opposed to Thieves Town.
I'd have done Thieves Town. There's the map, so there's still a compass, an item, like a boss, a big key. Is there still a small key left?
I believe this room has it. Oh wait, no, that's not in this mode.
That's 2 items.
And Darkwing is
being hard container.
Yeah, he was not happy about that. Skyfall's raising a good point. DJ might be also thinking of Bumper Cave, with the cape in his pocket, but he doesn't have the mirror, so he can't really capitalize. He can look at it, but he can't tell.
Not worth it anyway.
No. Oh wait, no, the mirror is not required for Bumper Ledge. Whoops.
Not in the treasure chest minigame?
It is late. Yeah, the Thieves Town chest minigame is probably where he's going.
Yeah, you gotta go into Thieves Town now.
You have Sea House, and then you have, I mean, you could do pegs if you really hated time. But, oh, there's a hook shot! There goes, my early game prediction.
I'm trying to think of what can be on ped. Maya's a pendant, right? Oh, there's a bow!
A bow?
So there can't be a flute.
Where do we find a bow?
Book can be on ped.
Book can be on ped, yes. Mr. Myers is a pendant. So is Rock and Palace of Darkness.
Book or silvers? I think are like... Yeah, book or silvers are like the only 2 like major items I can think that could be on ped safely.
Technically, the boots could technically be on pedestal. I wouldn't like it.
I was trying not to put that energy out there. Because I was like, I know I'm forgetting something, but I'm gonna not say what I'm thinking. I think I'm missing, because if I don't say it, it's not real. That's just the one thing you just don't want on pet, though.
So I missed what was on Graveyard Ledge, but I don't think it was anything major because I don't see anything pop up on the tracker.
I'd give the tracker another couple seconds because trackers. Don't get me wrong, I adore the speed gaming trackers. They're also kind of like the eat inputs a lot.
Yep, and one of our trackers from that Ewok herd is informing us that our tracker was
Eating
missing in
inputs.
action.
Oh god. But so far nothing, so I don't think there was anything in Graveyard Ledge.
Yep. Be sure it is reporting that it was a heart piece. But nothing. The only item of significance that we have found so far is that hookshot in Thieves Town.
The bow too. You found a bow.
Oh, I missed the bow. Whoops.
I believe it is also that was in C-Shape House.
Ah, okay. So,
That's why James doesn't have it, and that's why Roach doesn't have it, because they both went right into Thieves. Because with James, he went right into Thieves Town. Roach hasn't been over to C-Shaped House yet. I think. No,
it
brewery,
was
my
in
bad.
the brewery. The
knew it was
brewery
one
had
dude.
it.
I'm like, it's either C-Shaped or the brewery. I know it's one to do and I guess.
So this puts Palace of Darkness to Eastern into play. It doesn't because we don't have the lamp.
Lamp is still missing for logic, but
yeah, our runners might be able to break logic. The randomizer knows where the items are being put, and it knows consequently where you should be able to get to with the items you have in play. That's considered the randomizer's logic, and skilled runners can ignore the logic and go wherever they damn well please. But if they do so, they need to remember that they've done it, or you can get yourself into some pretty weird positions.
yep. So I believe our last item is on blind. Because Big Chest had a compass. Did I also not pick out a case?
And blind is an interesting fight because blind is entirely scripted, meaning that if you perform the fight the same way, blind will always do the same things and always move the same way. So you can make this fight completely free. And it looks like James has done nearly just that. 9 quick swings, and blind goes down and awards James the first crystal of the restream here at about 21 minutes and 45 seconds.
Sub 30. First crystal. Honestly, that's a really good first crystal because James can then go into the brewery, grab the bow, and then James go to the brewery.
Yeah, he's going to C-Shaped House and he's got the bombs out, so I don't know where his plan is.
Well, the brewery needs the bombs to be open, so at least that makes sense. But it was just more like,
Oh yeah,
it was like James, go to the brewery first. You have the bombs already out.
But I guess he was looping C-Shop in because he doesn't necessarily want to go to Hammer Pegs without the boots, because that is a very slow process. With the boots, you can do something called item dashing, which is where you press the use item button and the dash button on the same frame, and it lets you go super fast, and it makes the Hammer Pegs very quick.
James had a moment of thought there as he paused, more literally than no, more figuratively than literally. So is the way I'm thinking about that.
Yeah, he wasn't sure if he wanted to go down, but he probably realized that without the power gloves, or without the Titan mitts, he couldn't do the smith.
So he's like, wait, nothing's down there for me. Never
Yeah.
mind. Stay
And
with
DJ
it.
Darkwing and Smirk falling back to back to get their first crystals, also the East down, and they're going to go ahead and loop over to the eastern side of the world. Probably that's immediately where Darkwing is going.
Honestly, the best plan for you.
I don't know why he isn't going to the Dark World to loop in Palace of Darkness.
Hmm.
That would be my...
Yeah, I don't
Oh, oh. He grabbed the bomb and it blew up on him. Whoops.
Yeah, I would have done pod mirror in front of pod.
Oh, that's right. DJ doesn't have the mirror because he didn't...
Right.
Right, he
no
hadn't gone down
mirror.
there yet.
We
Whoops.
keep forgetting.
We forget he doesn't have the mirror because everybody else has it. Whoops.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Hey, old man. We went up the mountain on James' side for more arrows.
Yep. And more importantly, the save and quit point.
Saving quit point's honestly the best part of this, but it's just like the sea sauce has been wealthy and arrow heavy. Weak knight is a tiny nobleman. God. Pun that blocked with is just interesting.
DJ Darkwing enters Eastern Palace.
English is a language.
English is a language, and I can absolutely speak it.
Fire rod. Fire rod.
Well then, James is definitely getting that.
James can go finish. James can go finish Skull Woods with that, correct?
With the fire rod in hand, he can indeed finish out Skullwoods.
It's not a logic, because no lamp, but
Not a great. It's not a great move, but
I
you
know
can do it.
doing it. Since he's already up on the mountain, go do Hera
Does
first.
Skullwoods require the lamp? Oh wait,
No,
no. He had to get the
the
he had
lamp
to get
to
the
get
the lamp to get the fire rod to go
Yep.
to Skullwoods. So it's possible.
The lamp's not up on the mountain then.
Yes, that means we know that the lamp, unless they find the flute somewhere, the lamp cannot possibly be up here. And there are the boots.
Boots!
Now Darkwing can go fast.
Go zoom! Seen Hera.
Yeah, we are seeing Hera. This is an out-of-logic play from James, as we discussed. So it's going to be interesting to see what we find here.
I appreciate Smirk being like, oh, I don't need that. Though. It's like, wait, let me make sure which one that is before I say I don't need that. There's the compass. Wait, I just realized we can actually do Harapot because
We can.
have a hook shot.
And that is what James is going to do right now.
I would just be so paranoid about the little fire dude, even though I know he does not shoot upward. And
Yeah, that fire dude is not great.
And I think it's because I've just watched the spin speed method off the stairs so often.
Yeah, I've seen that method too. They both look very good when you get them right. And our third
There's a
sword
third
there
sword.
in the big chest in Eastern Palace. That is a good sign for Darkwing.
This was nothing.
Now, you might be wondering why exactly the Harapot trick works to get you up to the top of Tower of Hera. And that's an excellent question.
Modern play nice. There you go.
There we go.
Modern worries me every time I see that fight.
It's a
There's silver.
there are silver arrows. Ooh. Oh, that is
Okay,
nice.
see? Okay, Seed. I see what you're doing.
Silver arrows locked behind the lamp. Ooh.
That's interesting.
Now we
That
have
means almost all the rest of Jaden's fight is gonna go so much faster.
absolutely those arrows are gonna make every fight easier. And we have DJ Darkwing attempting to do the quick kill strat for Almost Knights, not quite getting it. Unfortunately, if you don't quick kill that last Almost Knight, when he turns red, he does refill his health, so you do have to shoot him an additional 3 times.
Really?
Yes, unfortunately so.
You know, that now makes all the more sense for my casual playthrough. That now makes all the more sense for my casual playthrough. Hey, speaking of red.
And the red meringue there at Spiral Cave.
Oh, with boots. That makes that trip down to the portal a lot faster for DJ.
And it's gonna let him do hammer pegs back over in Village Outcasts whenever he goes back and gets over to it. Now, unfortunately, as we know, the mirror is back in the back of Blind's hut, and Darkwing isolated that check early on. And that check is now what we consider to be orphaned, meaning that Darkwing didn't get it when he had the chance, and he may not go back to get it for quite a while if he ever does. I mean, eventually he's going to need to, but when he does that is anyone's guess.
Was James's health full when you grabbed that heart container?
You know, I wasn't watching his screen. I could not tell you.
Because my brain says yes, but I'm also not completely sure. Key!
Now, with that key in hand, that means that technically the bow is not necessarily required, because Palace of Darkness operates on... it can be what we call blocked if that first chest is not a key. Normally, you're forced down that right side of the level there because of the key placement, and that forces you into a room where you have to kill 3 mimics in order to unlock a door. But with that key in his hand, Darkwing can just go wherever he pleases.
I'm a little surprised he didn't go across the gap to grab that chest. To loop around and grab that chest?
I unfortunately didn't catch what was in lower Paradox Cave, but we're getting the 5-item check here in Upper Paradox, and so far, we've seen a bunch of nothing.
That's why Lower Paradox, I believe, had that heart container. That's why I was actually asking if James's health was full.
Ah.
But it might have also been Upper, but I'm not... I know it was in Paradox. I was not entirely paying attention to which side of Paradox, unfortunately. But I'm going to say that was not Saint Heart, as Smirks' health is not full. And that James has already had full health when he grabbed the heart container.
Darkwing moving through the Bullock room, through to the rest of the dungeon.
I love that quick kill so much in Eastern.
It is a thing of beauty when you see it performed. It's almost magical, and there are those flippers that we sort of need.
Those flippers... Those are not out of logic.
The flippers at this point are not technically out of logic, because the runners haven't needed the lamp in Palace of Darkness so far. And everything to get here, the hammer and the bow, were found in logic.
That's why you someone was like, those flippers are not out of logic. That's why I was like... Not gonna see a hammer yump.
No, the hammer yump can be a little intimidating if you don't set up for it quickly, because that bridge is crumbling behind you.
Ah, yes. Pod's Dark Rim. Here's the key. It's one chest. There's another chest in here. If I'm remembering correctly, there's 2.
Yep. Unfortunately, nothing.
Just 2 chests. It is at least good to get those 2 chests to make sure. And piece of heart.
Nothing in the harmless hellway.
We're gonna go around and grab big chest and the other chest in this room. The 2 chests in this room. 1, 2.
To answer SP Man's question, I believe we are also another glove upgrade away from no mode because we need Titan's mitts for. Do we?
Ice Palace.
For Ice Palace.
Yeah, we're just. Oh god, we really are mitts away. Mitts in a book.
Mitts, do we need the book?
Desert.
Desert could be accessed,
Don't have a flute.
Oh, that's right. So
If
we
had
might be a
then I
flute
would say
away.
yeah.
We might be a flute away, depending on how items are laid out. We may have to access Desert through the back. Possibly.
It's either
Potential.
Flute or book, and then mitts.
Yeah, GT access to it. Oh, there's our lamp.
Where's our lamp? Wait, what?
Hylia, floating, Lake Hylia Island has our lamp,
Oh, that's a weird logic.
meaning that the logic needs the mirror to get there. And the
That's why
flippers.
the mirror's so early.
Yes, and the flippers that you pull out of Palace to Darkness to get there too.
Let's see, what does Catfish have for this day? Catfish and Hobo. Hobo has a heart container. Has sink heart.
Catfish
And
has
there's
our
our
mitts. Catfish has our mitts. That's the money.
So we're just now a book or flute away. Depending on which pops up first.
It's always catfish unless it's not.
We can check Pyramid.
Now, Darkwing not having that mirror means he has to go a little bit out of his way to, means that Darkwing is going to have to go a little out of his way to get the items. He's not going to be able to chain them together as effectively. But James, unfortunately, did not route them together as I was expecting he might. With that nearly 1,000 rupees in his pocket, I was expecting him to mirror and go straight to Zora.
That would have made sense.
Because you don't need the flippers to get the Zora item. He might be banking on finding the flippers to loop in the ledge check as well.
Legend in Hylia.
Oh!
There's our flute!
Oh! Darkwing is in pole position right now. As soon as he gets that, as soon as he goes to capture to get those mitts, he's gonna be off and away.
Oh, there's our flute.
He needs to get that mirror and get those mitts, and he's gonna be in pole position.
Zora has just bombs, and I think that was a bloopy on the pyramid. It looked blue.
I unfortunately was not watching Jane's screen. I'm busy focused on Darkwing over here, who's about to grab the flute.
It had to be a bloopy because there's the flute, and that's the only other blue item that we do not have. Because all the runners are rocking red mail. Two of the 4 have flippers, with James going to get his soon.
Yep. And meanwhile, Chad is constructing nightmare scenarios. SP Man is raising the very real specter that Ganashar Biggie could be somewhere on the right side, locked behind a red cane. Which would be awful, especially if Red Cane is in the Meyer cutscene chest, which is a horrible place to go.
No.
Like, you want to talk about putting bad energy out in the world, look at SP Man over here.
My cutscene chest would probably be like one of the worst places I ever got. We know where it can't be. Which is the good thing about it.
Yeah, and the reason we know Samaria can't be on pedestal is because you need the 3 pendants to pull the pedestal item, and both Mizumire and Turtle Rock are pendants and require King of Samaria for logical completion.
We know it's more than likely not a medallion on pedestal either.
Yeah, it is very unlikely to be Medallion on Pet.
Because you need at least one of those medallions for both Mystery Mire and Turtle Rock, or you need 2 of those 3 medallions. Oh, you can hammer you. English? Can I speak it? Can I hammer you? Hey, happy birthday for getting a hammer yum.
Wow, that was the tightest hammer yump I think I've ever seen. He was a few pixels away from death.
Man, come back around. Hey. That was
So-
a crack I did not like.
The big question is, when does Darkwing go back and pick up the mirror?
Oof, that is
He has isolated that check hard.
hard. Like, he also doesn't have the bottle. He doesn't have a bottle, so that might send. So once he goes, he hasn't been through escape.
No.
So either he has to find another bottle, or he has to take himself through escape to even think about the backup blindside.
Yeah, because he needs to find a bottle to put Kakariko back in his head. Would put Blind back in his head. Ooh, man.
It's gonna be a good minute before DJ even thinks about.
Yeah, that fire is not gonna pull him back to Blind either.
Nope, not putting him back to blindside.
But James is about to get his boots and his 3rd sword here in Eastern Palace here in just a few seconds. Roach getting bad news about Hobo, and it looks like he is disappearing from Zora at the moment. He is going to route to Catfish, I have to imagine, and then route back to Zora using the mirror.
Route Catfish and Zora in the same
Mhm.
place. That way it makes it a little easier because once you're up at Catfish, my brain says you can mirror while you're up there.
Yes, if you mirror from the screen Catfish is on, you're right in the same screen as the waterfall of the mountain waterfall and Zora. So you can just do that check really quick.
Just do those checks together, yeah. Do those 4 checks together. I had to count 5 because count Catfish.
Yep, Lower Paradox was junk. Just seeing it again on Darkwing screen.
That is just such a nice thing to get out of Catfish into Zora. And Zora, like, mostly, not even out of Zora himself, but out of Zora Ledge.
Yeah, looping these checks together is very nice. You love to see it.
If you were short of money, the waterfall definitely hooked you up. But this sea was just like, hey, you you want money? You need money for the big fish? You go.
Yep, and unfortunately, it's a little bit of a troll because King Zora doesn't have anything, but his ledge sure does.
He's like, oh, yeah, the Zora's kind of threw that up there, and I just stopped thinking about it for 5 seconds. But the good thing is you do see that flute as you're going up to Zora.
Mm-hmm. And then you wonder where the flippers could be in the world, and then you cry.
If you didn't have flippers by then, anyway.
Well, I mean, given that flippers are buried in, Palace of Darkness, maybe you wouldn't have had them.
Like James doesn't.
But James will very shortly.
I just realized she's the only one who doesn't have flippers yet.
Sure, but he's right here. He's gonna get
But
him
he's also
right now.
right here at Pod, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, the Darkwing is the one that we kind of have to, worry about
For a little
a
bit.
little bit.
Just a little bit.
Does Darkwing have the position? Oh, yep, there he went. He must have just fell into it.
Yep, just right before the bomb, like right when he switched to hook shot, he had the position.
That is very nervy.
We're seeing the boots checks we needed from Roach. The boots checks that pretty much no one's done until now. Roach. Neither of them had anything of thing. So
we're in no mode actually, 'cause between our runners we have everything we need to complete the pendant dungeons.
The only thing that's scary is the potential need for a Kina Samaria.
Yeah, that is definitely in the back of my mind, and I imagine if it's not in the back of our runners' minds now, it's gonna be shortly.
I was like, that's genuinely the only thing you're worried about. Most of your runners is just, where's that Kina? Like, do I need a Kina Samaria just in case?
Now, Smirk is doing the quick kill with the silver arrows against King Helmasaur for the green pendant. It's an interesting play, having already done the checks in the Eastern Palace area, but it's an item, so I guess you may as well.
Just in case.
Meyer Shed does not have anything for us today, it just had money.
I also didn't see what the medallion from Meyer is.
I didn't catch it either, but our runners probably aren't going to do much with it.
Just money on the ledge.
So let's see what the turn-in is for the green pendant today. It's not going to be anything super exciting.
Unless it's Kina Samaria. It's something red!
It's red, but it's not exciting.
It's red! Oh, there's Mickey on the torch.
Yep, so boots required, but we got them in Eastern Palace, so it's not too bad.
Yeah.
Hey, oh, here we go. Darkwing is making his escape play.
Oh, good. So
He had to have been running to the bottom of the checks in his mind.
Yeah. There's no mirror, so he couldn't do desert, which is definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't want to go in the Skull Woods because that's just the back of it, and that's because he has both the items out of it because they were both heart pieces.
And he also doesn't have the mitts yet because he hadn't run up the catfish. Or if he's been to Zora. Oh, because it doesn't have the mirror.
Yeah, no mirror.
Yep. So he needs to go get that mirror.
That's
and then
this will put him back into Kakariko, definitely.
Yeah, this series will put him back into Kakariko.
Mushroom? Mushroom.
Huh.
That worries me.
That's interesting. But I was saying that now that he's got the bottle, he might be thinking Kakariko again, and he might be remembering that he isolated Blind's Hut before. But then the question is, having isolated Catfish, when does he think about that again?
With that mirror, I think that'll send him back to Catfish.
Oh
no, it might not.
He doesn't have anything to do up there anymore. He's like Kaizen says, he's probably gonna last location it.
Yeah, he's in the application
and it's going to hurt.
I was like, the only thing I can think that sends him back to Catfish is if he goes in the swamp and gets the mushroom. But like, no, not swamp. Desert. If he goes into desert to get the mushroom. I'm looking at the wrong screen again. Yeah, the mushroom is going to be the only thing that sends him back in this area.
Oh no, Mirror was an escape, right?
Yeah, Mirror's an escape. Like the bottle and the mirror both were in escape. That was like
Right.
the only thing I can genuinely see sending him back in that direction of catfish is the mushroom.
Maybe.
But that's in desert, so he's not gonna go. And he's not gonna go there for a good minute because
he can't get there.
he can. He has a flute. He has a mirror.
Yeah, but he don't have the mitts.
Mitts. Right. No mitts.
So, yeah, DJ is going to
He's going to hard last location.
Yeah. What? That was I've never seen that before. Darkwing bonked into the lever, and was pulling it as he animated the bonk. I've never seen that.
I've never seen that either. Also, very lovely diver down from Smirk.
Yeah, Diver Down. Diver Down is one of those things that happen because the game is wonderfully programmed and always acts as intended. Basically, in Swamp Palace, when you have stairs leading into water, the game only handles the water transition from layer to layer if you enter from the stairs. If you can manage to clip yourself into the railing and then treat it like a normal ledge, the game kind of forgets that water is there.
It's just like, oh, that's just ground. What are you talking about?
And you can activate that state either with the bombs or with the Cane of Samaria, but since we don't have the Cane of Samaria, our option is bombs.
We do have a fire rod, so we can do this quick kill.
Yep, Fire Rod and Silvers make this a very quick kill no matter how you slice it. A piece of heart and crystal number 5.
More crystals, slowly building up. Sweet. Smirky just go mode the rest of his dungeons for the most part. But Smirk hasn't been up in the Zora area. That's the only reason why they're coming back into Swamp for left side. Which, don't blame. Because that Cane of Samaria is still out there. And that is the scariest thing of this all. God, the fact that the Cane of Samaria is still out there scares the crap out of me. Big chest. Not left side.
Smirk is having a bit of a think and decides to abandon Swamp Palace because he's gotten everything he needs out of it.
Yep. He was like, let me make sure Big Chest does not have my book, my cane, or my flute. Which is honestly a good idea to check for. I think we're seeing...
Smirk is getting the lamp and closing the loop.
To put everything back into logic. Smirk's also gonna get its flute. Soon. Probably.
Flute is sitting on Zora's ledge.
Gonna get the heart from Hobo first. So left side was just...
Left side, as it usually is kind of junk. And Darkling is not thrilled about it.
He is not happy with that. Both the items were just mapping compass. And that's probably why Smirk went and checked the big chest, was just like, let me make sure that is.
We're gonna see a diver down setup right here from James. Just bump yourself into the railing there, and you can trigger the layer by jumping. And as Professor Render has so gracefully corrected me, that is all you need to do to skip the swimming.
We're seeing Smirk do the boost checks we've already seen from, I believe, James. Wasn't DJ. There's somebody on the left side. Either James or Rich.
James is eventually going to be pulled to Zora because he's gonna hard need that flute unless he finds books somewhere.
Where's your... need to find it.
I cannot. I'm trying to think of where book could be still that James can James could potentially get to.
Ice Palace.
Yeah, it could happen.
That's the only place I can think of because we know everything here in Swamp. And I think we got all the items out of Desert as well. So yeah, I think it's just Ice Palace. We're missing something.
Which is entirely possible. We've got 4 people we're trying to keep track of and 4 sets of items we're trying to keep straight in our heads.
Spike Cave.
Oh god, Spike Cave. Oh lordy.
Spike Cave, Floating Island.
Ugh.
That's what's like, I know we're missing something, but they're both up on the mountain, and I just was like, what is the name of it? Yeah, so Spike.
Man, don't put that evil on us.
Spike and Floating Island are the only 2 places I can think of, other than Ice Palace, where that book can be that James would be able to find it. Because we know it's not on Mushroom. And we haven't seen a medallion yet. Oh no.
Smirk is moving his way back to the back of Skull Woods. He is going to engage Mothula.
It'll be a quick fight. Got a Fire Rod.
It will be a quick fight with Fire Rod, Hammer, and Tempered.
And Red Mail.
And Red Mail will definitely keep him alive and keep the fight from being too quick.
Gotta be careful of the spikes because Mothula's little fun hitbox.
Yeah, Moth Arena is interesting because if you knock Mothula into one of the spikes, he will take 0 damage from that hit, which may just make the fight take longer.
As we saw with Smirk.
No, Digital Zero, they have actually not done Hookshot Cave. So
Hookshot Cave, that's
possibly
the other
be
one.
there. That's where I would bank on it, just for the density of checks, and the fact that they're going to be pulled that way.
Oh, hey, we're seeing Ice Palace. We're seeing Ice Palace.
We're seeing Ice Palace. We're seeing Ice Palace. Crucially, without the Canon Samaria, so this is going to be kind of ugly. Ice Palace without Samaria is very, very slow.
Interesting.
Interesting is also a good word for it. Yep.
Yeah, it was a single arrow on Sick Kid. So DJ's back in CAC, which means
he's heading up to Blind's hut. But where's going?
No.
I forget what Blind's hut had that we were interested in.
Wait, no.
Oh, James trying to do the bomb leap across Ice Palace. Didn't get the pixel right the first time.
No, wait, he's fine. He's fine. He has a mirror. He must have done blind before he did Sick Kid.
The mirror was in Zelda's cell.
No, wait. What are we missing out of that?
I thought the mirror was in Blind's hut because we're super smart and we're on top of the seed. But the mirror was actually in Zelda's cell.
I get the feeling why are we so focused on blind?
Because they thought Blind had the mirror.
Other than the mirror, I feel like something was in there, but as I'm looking at the tracker, no.
No, this is not an inverted seed. This is a standard 7/7 defeat Ganon open mode. Yeah, and yeah, we are inches from a go mode. Darkwing just needs to get the mitts James needs to route in the flute and the mitts.
Smirk just needs his flute or a book.
Smirk just needs the flute or for a book to randomly pop out of nowhere.
Yeah,
And,
James and Smirk are kind of in the same boat of
Roach needs.
Roach is fine.
Roach is fine. He wants
I think silvers
silvers.
nice.
He's going to get them. Just he doesn't have them yet. But once he loops Hera back in, he's gonna find them. And yeah, we have no idea where Kane is. It's missing in action. Is it ever gonna turn up? We don't know. Is it gonna be required? We don't know.
We kind of hope it's not required. That's what we're banking on. We kind of hoping it's not required.
And yeah, as a great anti-Bob, so kindly does the math for us. 17 out of 22 checks, we will be in go mode, because 5 of them on the right side of Ganon Tower need you to hold a button down with the Cane of Samaria to access the right side. And as Kaizenma also says, it may indeed be better viewing if the Cane of Samaria is required, because we enjoy our runners in pain.
I'm trying to think, like, I'm now genuinely thinking weird. Oh, God. No! We got a medallion.
Remember, our medallion dungeons are pendants.
No. Think about this. Cane of Samaria can be in Meyer cutscene chest. This book. Never mind. He's fine. James is
This
fine.
book. Oh, nope.
James
Okay.
is fine.
This
no,
is.
he's not.
Technically, this puts everything into logic for him, and puts everything into logic. You saying?
I was like, he can do desert with this, but I'm still worried about that cane.
Yeah. This puts desert into logic for him, and this puts the flute out of being hard required. But this was a bit of a nasty place for the book to end up being buried.
I'm not surprised the book was here though, because I kind of did call the book was gonna be here. But I'm still worried about that game. I genuinely just am like, this sequence.
Oh wait, Smirk found the cane somewhere. Where did he find it? I was watching James.
I was watching James too. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh god.
Wait,
Where
did
was?
this come out
Where
of?
was?
It
Oh
just came out
man.
of- James, Smirk did.
Kane was in Spike
boy.
Cave. You called it.
Okay.
You called
Okay.
it.
I need to stop doing commentary at 11 o'clock at night. I think this is a sign to just stop doing commentary at 11 o'clock at night. Because I've called 2 different things this seed.
Wow. Okay.
I called the book in Ice Palace and the cane in Spike Cave.
Or you need to commentate more seeds at 11 p.m.
Are we gonna go just 3 for 3 and you need Kane for right side of GT for big
We're
Kane?
gonna find out.
Are we gonna go 3 for 3? I think we're just gonna. I think the seed is just trying to tell me, hey, you can go 3 for 3. Let's go 3 for 3. So that's go mode for Smirk because he's about to get his flute.
Remember, we still need the Titan's mitts.
He's got mirror.
Yeah, but how's he gonna get the catfish now without looping it back in and isolating it? He's isolated it.
Yeah.
And he needs the Titan pits in order to access Dark World up at Turtle Rock to get to Ganon's Tower.
We'll see what he does.
James.
Anyway, why did you catfish into Zora?
It's a question for the ages, I guess.
We'll ask him if he does interview with tonight.
As James dives into the palace and Roach completes it, they are going to high five each other.
DJ now has his mitts, so that is go mode for almost go mode for DJ because
Almost.
if we need Kane or not.
He needs access to desert, which he has. He's going to go do Ice Palace now.
So he gets his book, so either way he has access. This is more of a excess by. This is a go mode by technicality because we don't know if we need Kane or not.
It's Schrodinger's go mode. Is it
Yes!
actually go mode or is it not? We don't know.
It is. There, thank you. I was like, there's a word for this. And we're going to remember it because English is a language we both speak it very fluently.
Smirk deciding to randomly do a Gino while he's here. I guess
We never did see this.
best time to do it because you're never ever going to do it otherwise. It also would have been hilarious if Canis Mario were here.
Oh, it would have been, or even more hilarious if we hadn't found Canis Mario and we found a medallion instead. Yeah, I'm pulling that thought back out there, so.
We're going to see Roach diving back into the back of Skull Woods to take care of that moth, while Smirk... What is your plan now? What do you do?
That is a good question.
Well, he still has Ice Palace to do, but... Is
I
he...
guess go into... He doesn't have his mitts.
Yeah, is it...
Ice.
Man, what do you... And he's not gonna... Nothing's
Sweet.
pulling him back to Catfish. What do you do?
I
What
think
do
he's-
you do if you are Smirk?
Where was mushrooms in the desert? Never mind. You can't get in the desert because they have mitts.
Yep. Can't get in the desert without... Can't get... Desert without dits. English is a language I speak.
I promise I'm not doing this on purpose.
Mitts are a hard requirement for desert no matter which way you slice it because you need to get the book out of Ice Palace, which requires the mitts to get into.
Or
the
you need the mitts to play with the flute, and
exactly.
you don't have the. Smirk is really trying to rack his brain because he wanted to get the big ball. I'm like, you don't have Ice Palace, honey.
Mm-hmm. And in the meantime, James, having a seventh crystal, is going to make his way up Death Mountain into Ganon's Tower, and we have 22 checks that are possible. All throughout Ganon's Tower, and it may, the Canis Mario may in fact be required. What chest do you hope that the big key will be in today?
I'm always chest 13 because that is actually gotten me a win once.
Gotten you a win once. Okay, I normally like chest number 8, which is typically the double fiber room, depending on how you route Ganon's Tower.
I think I have rando. I think 13 for me is usually rando room. Rando room sounds right. Ah, the satisfying noises. Oh, hey, catfish!
There we go. There's Smirk's Catfish check.
That'll put Smirking official in like true go mode because
Now
you won't have
Smirk
to worry about it.
Now Smirk and Circle can close the loop here.
Because Smirk really can get all 22 checks just in case and hope for the best.
Yep. Smirk is possibly in pole position, depending on how things go right here.
Ganon's Tower will kind of give us the information. Off the right side we go. Map in 1. 302.
That was a very good hook pot.
Hook pot?
Yeah, Roach did the hook speed hook pot. Hair pot.
Okay. I was confused. I was like, 3 had more money, which we don't need at this point.
Getting checks 4 through 7 here. A quick ether to get rid of these Salphos, a good move.
Tea and bombs. Another shield.
Right in time to deflect the fireball. That was peak.
Oh, that was hilarious.
That was incredible.
Let's see.
Here's my just double firebar.
E?
Medallion. Okay, sure.
It shouldn't have been as hilarious.
And Roach going ahead and entering Ganon's tower as well. Let's see if he follows the same routing.
Typically, yeah, I've noticed this is similar routing for a lot of runners. 9 has a key! Not the big! Not the right size!
And we are about to see Rando Room. Here is your chest number 13.
This is 10 through... No, this would be 10 through 12, I believe, if I'm actually right. It's only 4 chests in here. 10, 11, 12, 13. Nope, not me.
No. That's the compass. Not quite what we wanted.
Oh no. We're already at 13, and there are 5 chests.
Smirk
And
finishing up
rotate.
Desert Palace. Likewise with DG Darkwing. Darkwing is now in Ganon's tower position. Smirk still needs to clear Ice Palace, but I'm wondering if he's waiting. He was probably waiting to get Kane before going back to do Ice, because Kane makes Ice a lot easier. We are going to see Icebreaker. It is a very interesting trick. I will
14, what isn't it?
I will attempt to explain Icebreaker more when we get to it.
It's Ice Armors.
Ice Armor is
Silver
going to be
arrows.
very easy with these silver arrows in play.
Oh, that was just so nice.
Perfect. Oh,
See,
he didn't stop in
15.
time.
16.
Oh my
17.
god.
Oh,
Oh, the memes happened. Require Canis Moria.
3.
Why would you do this to us, Sheepy?
I wasn't planning it.
You may not have been planning it, but it happened.
Backwards commentary, first time in months, and I just curse a seed. Oh, the dangerous power I hold.
So, Icebreaker. In A Link to the Past, the game, when you enter a door, the game will push you out of the door until you're on the floor. And if you can trick the game into thinking that the door is longer than it actually is, it will just keep on pushing you. And if you position yourself so that the Canis Moria block links to a barrier, it will just keep pushing you straight through the barrier and out the other side. You have broken Ice Palace, and that is why the trick is called Icebreaker.
It's one of my favorite tricks, honestly. His book? What was it again?
James has abandoned the Spike Cave play.
Yep, not going for a while. I don't blame what James is doing.
No,
But
James
I
isn't
don't-
making
I
a
don't mind.
James isn't making a logically terrible move, I guess, except for proximity. He was right there at Spike Cave. He should have thought about it, but
Third bottle. That's 3 of the 4 bottles we've seen. I just noticed that.
I mean, the problem is, as chat's saying, is that he's done everything. He's done just about everything else on the mountain. He's left Spike Cave behind, and he won't be going back for a while.
Because the only thing is he can't do Mimic Cave because he can't get into a rock.
Yep.
He's gonna go do the pyramid phase.
Can't do
now.
Mimic Cave. It's gonna do the pyramid, and I mean, there's not really a whole lot more he can do unless he decides to start dipping pendant dungeons. If he,
He's gonna do Smith Chain after this, probably.
yeah, I mean, you can complete Vows of Darkness, but you're gonna be hard locked out of Misery Mire, and you can't even touch Turtle Rock. So,
Hmm. I do wish we had seen what Medallion was earlier from Meyer.
yeah, I didn't catch it.
At least one of them peaked it, but what it was, neither of us got the chance to see because they peaked it like just enough that we couldn't tell what it was. Which makes me think it was more than likely Ether. Because you can tell the design for Bombos and Quake a little bit easier, even through a quick peek, and I saw nothing on the sides. Granted, by the time I also looked, and it's gone.
So I think we are about to see Roach hit Spike Cave.
Hopefully.
Maybe.
Spike Cave?
Yes, Spike Cave.
Spike Cave!
Yes, Roach making the good play. Or Spiral Cave. Where's Spike Cave? I forget. I don't run this game. I just commentate. I just say them afterwards.
You have to go through Spiral to get the spike if I remember correctly. Don't quote me though.
I just say them afterwards. I don't run this game.
I haven't played in a good minute because I haven't had a chance to. But my brain is saying you have to. The fastest way to Spike is through Spiral.
I don't.
But
maybe because you have to go through Paradox to get there.
You have to go through one of those two.
But
hey, Smirk's going into
Yep, Smirk. Smirk with the power play with Kane Samara in hand. He's going to
full right though.
Does he go full right? I don't know.
I kind of hope he goes full right. Hey, DJ's back is over in Spike Cave.
Hey, there we go.
Somebody's doing something.
DJ's got the strat. He's got the power.
Now I'm wondering where half magic gonna be something weird. Go full right.
If he goes full right, he's going to pick up a commanding lead.
Oh wait,
nope.
you can't because you don't get a key for in those first two checks.
Right. Oh yeah, the key layout in Ganon's Tower is super weird.
Ganon's Tower was like, yeah, no, I know where my key is. Like, I know where I put it. I know where I put my key. No, you can't go full right like you want to. This puts DJ and Smirk in good positions. Actually, can't DJ just go get Bicky? Or has he not been in? No, he hasn't been in. Has he been in?
I don't think DJ has touched Ganon's Tower at the moment. I could be wrong.
I know both on the left have, because that's how we know. That's how we noticed.
Yeah, that's how we figured out the.
I'm gonna say the way he's going. I'm gonna say he hasn't touched Ganon's castle yet.
Yeah, DJ. Okay, Chad is keeping us honest and saying DJ has done full left.
DJ did go full left.
And as Professor Render said, this seed has just been a roller coaster of emotions.
Yeah, really.
I don't know if I have many words about the seed.
I don't think any of us have many words about this.
To be perfectly honest, the seed has just been all sorts of nasty.
So yeah, this gives DJ the biggest leap because of how key layout was. I'm not gonna do that terribleness.
Please
I'm
don't.
not gonna. I'm
Please
not gonna
don't.
do that because you know the thought that popped in my head.
Please don't. You're 3 for 3 already on awful things happening in the seed.
I'm so glad you knew the awful thought that popped in my head, and I was like, nope, I'm ignoring that. It's also just so weird to me of seeing a seed where we don't have Canis and Mario coming into GT. Nope.
Yeah, Kana.
There it
Hey,
is.
there he is. There we
19?
go.
19?
What's that? Key number 19?
19. Because we stopped at 17. We got through all 17 checks that we could go through originally. 18, 19, 20, 21. Because Taiwan was 22. Thank God I didn't go through 4 for 4, because that'd have actually been terrible. I think I might have actually just been like, I'm sorry.
Matty Walk raised a good point. Our numbers are only by James' account, so we need to wait for James to go back before we can determine.
Well, no, because if DJ did full left.
Yeah, but James is the first one in, so his is
Mm,
the account we go by.
You're right. Skips Tavern, thank God.
But we are going to see Darkwing heading up the tower through the gauntlet room.
Race to the gauntlet!
With silver arrows and tempered sword in his back pocket, he's going to have no trouble.
I was like, grab that little bit of magic because you'll need it, my dude.
Yeah,
19! And there goes Smirk. No, we went go by James's count, didn't we?
James is the first one in. His is the GTBK account that we officially go by. Semi-officially.
James. Did I get James?
James is going insane,
Everywhere but where he
probably.
needs to be. Yeah, insane's the right word for it. Where's my dressing? That's my blue cheese, and I know it is. Where did I put my joys and problems of cleaning your room? You don't know where you put anything anymore.
Give it time. You'll find everything again, and then probably lose it.
The problem is that I need said thing for the rest of my dinner. That has been sitting beside me for like the last hour and a half.
Did you lose your fork?
No, I lost the ranch.
Also a very important component.
I know I have forks aplenty beside me. I'm not. If it was the fork, I would be less worried.
As SP-Man said, it's very likely that James has simply forgotten that Spike Cave exists and may have mistakenly marked it. We don't have access to his tracker, so we're not entirely sure what he knows about the state of the game. But it's possible he has forgotten that he needs to do Spike. It remains to be seen. But it's not looking terribly likely he's going to go there anytime soon.
Nope. It's quite a shame too.
And just a little bit for want of Kane Samaria, he had to bail from Ganon's Tower, and we are seeing Darkwing take on Moldorm 2. This fight can be both a little easier and a little harder than Moldorm 1. You're better equipped for it, but the arena is shaped a little bit weird, and the penalty for failure is pretty bad.
He likes to be mean, especially if you like the hover. Then he really likes to be mean.
Yep.
Because he's like, oh, you're trying to skip me? In my gap? Nah, I'm just gonna lightly bump.
And Darkwing entering Aga 2. This fight can get out of control pretty quickly unless you are up on your angles.
Yep. Roach has gotten his green pendant, which is gonna go turn in for junk.
Unfortunately. Ah man, Darkwing has just been a little bit late on a couple of these energy balls. If you are too late, Aghanim will begin his teleport and you can't hit him, which is not what you want to see. There we go.
Agatu's down.
So now it's time to visit the big pig.
Oh, poor James.
Yeah,
Poor James.
Bless you.
I'm sorry. It was just Ice Ross invalidation chat. Ice Ross was in Modi 2 chest.
Well. That's
a chest.
That's an item to find. Just okay. I don't have anything to put here, so here you go.
I'm sorry, that was a little too funny. Oh, that was a little too funny. Oh, that shouldn't have been as funny as it was. Rex in Agatu as DJ is going into phase 2, 3. Is he dealing with the pig? Oh no, Silver, my one true weakness! I'm forever convinced that Ganon was supposed to be a reference to olden day vampires and nothing more. Because, no. Not vampires. Werewolves.
There you go. That's the mythological being. And Darkwing defeats Ganon. Just needs to cross that very treacherous bridge in order to finally complete the seed. He ended it in a very scary position, 1.5 hearts. Even Red Mouse not really going to save you. But he completes the seed with an official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 26 minutes, and 41 seconds, which is good for first place series stream and 6th place overall.
Nice! The winner is you!
The winner is him indeed.
Who was first place overall, actually?
I'm sorry, say again?
Who was first place overall?
No, DJ Darkwing finished in 6th place overall.
Yeah, who was first?
First place was OK Aaron with a time of 1 hour 13:23, and we are joined by DJ Darkwing here at the commentary booth. GG, sir. Good race.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
That Canis Moria was kind of horrifying.
I mean, it was convenient for me. I swear to God, if that wasn't Canis Maria, I was forfeiting.
Oh man, you are about the only person that it was super convenient for.
I bet.
Like Smirk got it before he went into GT, so was able to just kind of do GT all in one fell swoop. But with you having already had done left side, you already had the key for right side. And Smirk just finished in 2nd place overall on the restream with a time of 1:28:03.
Smirk finished 7th place overall, 2nd place on the restream with an official time of 1 hour 28:04.
There we go. I was like, give me the race time because I was looking on the stream and only on the stream. Roach and James are still struggling to find the Samaria.
And we are joined by Smirk here at the commentary booth. Good game to you, sir.
Thank you.
GG, man.
Hey, Darkwing, DK Darkwing, Fighter Sword representing.
That's what's up. Yeah, this is actually funny. In the 2020 Mentor Tournament, I won the Fighter Sword bracket, and in the 2021 Mentor Tournament, Smirk was the one who won the Fighter Sword bracket.
Handshaking winners, huh?
Let's go, Fighter Sword. What's up?
Very good, very good.
Hilarious. I love it.
Now,
Yeah.
we are seeing James finally routing in Spike Cave to get his Canis Mario, which he has been understandably, well, not I guess not understandably, but inevitably avoiding it for the longest time.
Right. I was wondering, like, is that Canis Mario going to be required or not? But it ended up being because of where the GT Big Key was. So.
Yeah,
Yep.
I unfortunately called it.
Oh, no.
You also called Ice. You also called Book and Ice Palace.
I called Book and Ice Palace. I called Canis Samaria and Spike Cave, and then I called that Canis Samaria was going to be required for GT Big Key.
Oh, goodness.
It's like
Unintentionally.
it's like
and it was
she was
after
channeling
you.
the seed.
I don't have spoiler log, just so you guys know, so no one accuses me of that.
It's a commentator curse. We got it.
I was like, I haven't commentated in months. Okay.
Oh my gosh, it's Mama Sheepy?
Yes.
Hey, you were my very first co-com when I first did commentating. I'm so
yes,
happy.
I was.
Roach is not happy seeing the Canis Samaria,
Can't blame him.
as I do not blame him.
Oh man, yeah. That's rough.
Roach doing very nasty things to old men and still getting his hearts refilled.
I'm still
So, a friend of mine just informed me that I was the last one to find the mirror.
Yes.
Oh. Yeah, you didn't go to escape early then?
Oh no,
No.
dude! I put it off till way later.
Oh my gosh. Was I the first to get the mirror? Because I went there right away.
You, Roach, and James all run in mirror, run it in escape kind of together. I
Oh,
think
okay.
you're the first to get bottle and mirror, and then they kind of just follow like really quickly right behind you.
Gotcha.
But it was just absolutely hilarious to me of just like watching that. We were just like, oh no.
Yeah, we were
Oh, no.
we were all wondering, when is Smirk gonna go back?
We kept saying blindside.
No, it was me,
For-
not Smart.
Or yeah,
Yeah. DJ.
we're all wondering when is he gonna go back and get the mirror, because the mirror and the Canis Samaria were the elusive items to seed.
Where was the
One
mirror?
more than
Or,
the other.
yeah, never mind.
Really? Wow.
I don't remember what number we were on, to be perfectly honest. We lost the count because James had to dip out again this tower early on, and then we
I'm
kind of got distracted.
Pretty sure still 19 because
Yeah,
Still 19.
19. Mhm.
I'm sorry, that's just forever gonna be funny to me. I'm just like, it's still 19 because unless he does
Unless he just
top test
route
right,
in a different
top,
order.
he goes top right, top left, bottom right, it's gonna be 19.
Yeah, unless he just did them in a different order for some reason.
Or if he does. Nope, he's not.
I was like,
But
no one does
yeah, so half magic on pedestal, which means nobody would get it ever.
Oh, man.
I was wondering where I was like, that's the one thing that was like I just kind of noticed. I was like, huh, no one got half magic. Didn't even think about that being on pedestal.
Yeah,
I
micro mode was, what, Myths, I think?
Yes.
So I last located that.
Oh
And then
yeah,
there were 2 times where I was like, gosh dang it, why didn't I do this first? First, when I went to Pod, I was like, wait, why didn't I do Pyramid Ledge Catfish first? I always do that, and then I just kind of forgot. And then the second time when I went to do the flipper checks, I was like, oh, dang it, I should have done Pyramid Catfish and then flippered over to the Waterfall Fairy and Zorang. But, oh well.
Yeah, I think if you had done your normal pyramid ledge into catfish into flip to to do waterfall fairy catfish, you would have definitely finished first on Restream Smirk.
Oh wow.
Because
Yeah, I would have saved a lot of time, right? Because I would have
because you already
skipped a
had
lot of.
because you would have had you still would have Canis and Mario earlier than pretty much everybody.
Oh my gosh. Oh. It's still. I'm very happy. I'm very happy with this time. I think I did well today, so I'm excited.
Honestly, with how this seed played out with so heavy early game arrows and money, and with Meyer and Turtle Rock both being pendants, which both require the Canis and Mario, you're not looking for Canis and Mario early. If you run into it, you're just like, oh, hey, that's nice.
Right.
I hope that's not required.
That was a very good Landmol's 2 fight from James.
Very clean, very nice. Much smooth.
As Roach enters the gauntlet, we're gonna see how they handle Moldorm 2.
Yeah, I noticed. I think for you,
Now-
Smirk, I think the last thing you needed was like getting your mitts and flute kind of together, because I was like, you can't do ice pads without mitts, because that's what. And then I started laughing when I said. I also call Book and Ice Palace.
Was
Now-
that anybody else's access to desert?
That was pretty much everybody's
No.
access to desert.
Wow.
It was not mine. I never got the book.
Yeah, that was pretty much almost everybody's access to desert was Book and Ice Palace.
Oh my god.
It was the flute
okay.
on Zora Ledge. Book and Ice Palace was like after everybody had almost everybody had done desert at that point, so it was just like that's a convenience.
Oh,
No,
wow.
Smirk Darkwing, when you saw the game hand you that early access to Dark World, what were your first thoughts?
Let's skip a bunch of stuff and just go to Hype Cave.
Same.
Hey, that's valid.
Same.
why
I went
not?
straight to hype.
There's 5 quick checks there. You can check Stumpy. You can check the race game, or not the race game, but the dig game. Plus, on top of that, I was a little bit low on money for Zora, so I can then loop back around and grab whatever rupees I needed at the arrow game.
Yeah, the
Which those rupees ended up coming in handy because I got about 200 from that and needed those for when I actually did go to Zora.
Yeah, like I said, the game just kind of handed rupees to everybody so early, and it was just like, wow. Like for a while, I was just like, why is it handing so many rupees? There's probably gonna be nothing on Zora. It's not because it was gonna push you in to go to do Zora, because you need the flute off of Zora Ledge. It was like, here, have money, go see Big Fish. Not because you need Big Fish.
Just to get you in the area.
Because you're gonna be in that area, and being in that area means you can get that item. Get that item, you'll be good. You'll be safe.
Yep.
And that's actually what I was concerned with too, because the flute wasn't necessarily required in this one. It's just nice to have.
Yeah,
Like for
it
me,
ended up
it was
being-
my access to desert, but
Yeah, it ended up being arguably marginally faster to get the flute in the midst than to dive into Ice Palace at Canis and Mario for the book. I'm not anywhere near skilled enough at the game to do a real time breakdown, but I suspect the flute was faster.
I imagine
Considering-
so. Yeah.
Considering how deep into Ice Palace the book was, yes.
That's amazing. All right, I have to run. Thank you all very much, commentators, trackers, restreamers, everyone watching. I really do appreciate it. Smirk, have a good one, and apparently I'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Thank you
GG's
for
to
running for
man.
us, Darkwing.
It was an honor to race you today.
Have a good night, everybody.
Good
Have a
night.
good night. Also, unfortunately, Roach fell in Moldy too.
Ooh, yeah, you hate to see it.
Like, near Moldy 2's death to Noob. And now he's on Agassiz and Saints in Ganon.
Yeah, moving through phase 3 quite nicely.
One more hit should give him into phase 4. Ganon, will stay still for 5 seconds. That
He's
applies.
just having a ball.
Oh no, Shiva, my wonderful weakness! I've read too many vampire books because my brain immediately goes to silver for them, and I'm like, no, that's not a classic vampire trope. That is a classic werewolf trope. So modern fiction has also just kind of said, I'm just going to combine those two because we can.
James did not get the torch glitch, which means he's going to have to, well, it doesn't really matter, because he's down to Ganon, and, as soon as he crosses the bridge, that's going to give him the, finish.
The good thing is he lost torch glitch pretty much at the end.
Yep, and that's going to give him, that's good for 11th place overall, 3rd place on the restream, with an official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 39 minutes, and 7 seconds.
The winner is you! It's one of my favorites at the end of it. And there he is! Hi, James!
You're joined by James here in the commentator's booth. Good racer.
Yeah, I mean, not really. I mean, the first hour was great, and then
yeah, and then Canis and Mario.
Yep, and then Canis and Mario landed in Spike Cave, and you just kind of cried.
Yeah, I got a little in my head seeing a couple people finish as I was starting to climb GT, and I thought because I had skipped Agnes Cave and Ice Rod Cave that Samaria was in one of those two locations, or along the way in desert or along the way in swamp. And those are like the 4 places where I thought someone could have just picked it up walking along, and this was actually just a jet seat, and I screwed it up. And then it's hard to like pass up 4 items and pod, because I only got the flippers out of there when I went in the first time. It just spiraled out of control, really.
Yeah, it happens. Unfortunately, you can very easily get inside your own head in the seat really easy. And then once you abandon a location like Spike Cave, you just put it out of your head and never go back.
Yeah, I mean, I had 2 checks up there. I had Tablet and Spike Cave, and once I decided to leave after doing Super Bunny, I guess that was it.
And Roach finishes the game, bringing us to a close on the restream, and that was also good for 13th place overall, with an official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 40 minutes, and 53 seconds.
GG's.
GG's, Roach. The other thing that was really messing with me is that mirror was in such a terrible location for anyone that decided to skip Hyrule Castle. And it was very easy to skip Hyrule Castle, considering gloves, mitts, hammer, moon pearl were all outside of it. Yeah,
it just kind of fell in your lap. The game just gave you Dark World access super early on. And in an open mode, when you get maneuverability and offensive items, when do you think about escape? When does it go back in your head?
Yeah, I mean, I honestly think I would definitely not in a 1v1 race. I would not escape first like I did in this. I just don't think it's a very good play generally. It just happened to pay off this seed. But yeah, that mirror was buried, which is another thing that was throwing me off by how quickly people were finishing. I'm like, that mirror was in a terrible location. Mitts were in a pretty bad location. This Samaria has to be somewhere along the path.
And just like that, we are joined by Roach to the commentary booth.
GG's, Roach.
Hi, Roach.
Gambling does not pay off.
So that was certainly a seed. How did you feel when the game just gave you Dark World access like 10 minutes in?
Oh, with the mirror earlier that I found, I loved it.
Yeah, it was like mirror, pearl, hammer, gloves. There you go.
Sure. Why not? And at that point, you don't even care that you find the cape.
Like, yeah, gotta love entering GT at 108, finishing 141.
Yeah, that's about when I entered GT as well. The only bad thing about having that mirror early is it pushed you away from the boots forever.
Yeah, same. I wanted to do like the potential like pod Eastern combo if like I knew I was gonna dive pod being appended anyway. I knew something was gonna be in there. I was hoping 2 things would have been in there, but it was just the mirror, the flute, or the flippers.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. And So when I went over there and I got into Eastern, I was like, oh, these were the boots. Oh man, I wonder who decided to go to Eastern early.
Unfortunately, Eastern wasn't a super early check for anyone. Mainly because that Bo didn't show up for a while.
Bo wasn't an odd spot. Both of them, honestly.
Yeah, I honestly forget where they were. They were just along the way. I think the second one was strange, but
The first one was in Village of Alpines.
Yeah,
Oh,
one of
yeah.
them was in the brewery.
right. And I mean, I'm gonna go that way. It was like when you have what you have in the start of that seed, you're just gonna go check Pipe Cave and loop around to Village Outcast that way. So that wasn't a big deal.
Whoa. What is happening with my stream up there?
It's doing the time warp. It's replaying the game.
Nice.
Okay.
I mean, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely replaying the game. Your timer is back at 2 minutes.
That's so weird.
It's just slowly jumping.
I guess it really wants us to, revisit this magical experience we all had tonight.
Okay. Yeah. See,
Yeah, let's call it a magical experience. But I totally did not curse.
Oh, the
It was
commentary.
fine. Like,
Oh no!
You just-
You have
you
no
just-
idea.
No. There's a reason why I'm saying that. So let's run through it. I almost went 5 for 5 tonight.
oh,
She called Book and Ice Palace. She called Canis Amari and Spike Cave, and she called Canis Amari required for GT.
I knew I should have just Spike Cave right after I left GT. I would have finished at like 115.
same.
I called something
Oh,
else.
But I checked. Like,
something
I had
else.
6 items on the east side of the mountain. I didn't want to like
I
drop
never
into Spike Cave.
went to the mountain. I literally climbed, got my fire rod. I'm in pseudo go mode. Let's go. Got everything, reclimbed after GT, then cried.
Yeah,
It was-
I climbed Hera. I climbed for Hera a lot earlier. I sequence broke it, and got Fire Rod. Basically because Turtle Rock was a pendant. I didn't feel like I was going to isolate anything on the east side of Death Mountain. Everything was great in my route except for the Dom I did around Skull Woods.
Yes, and I feel I routed very well myself. Just that one decision.
That's all I
That's
got.
what ran-
Isn't it always that one decision?
Yep, that's like, oh, you skipped you skipped Hera Basement, and that was your fire rod that you needed or something. How many races we've seen in tournaments where one little decision to skip something determines the entire race?
Well, I'm definitely excited to rewatch the restream, especially knowing that you guys are on commentating. I think it'll be really fun to rewatch, see kind of what everybody did in comparison, and just have fun doing that. So thank you guys so much for doing this, for commentating. Thanks to the trackers and thanks to all the other racers today. It was a pleasure to race with you guys. And always a shout out to chat as well and to the restream. So appreciate you guys.
But thanks to you guys, we wouldn't be here if you guys weren't racing for us.
Absolutely. Also, I would just say now, if you go back and rewatch it, do turn your volume down because I do laugh really loudly and a lot.
Oh, I know.
The seed was pretty hilarious, actually.
You just if you have not ever heard me commentate, if you just hear just nothing for like a good solid 30 seconds, it's because I'm just wheezing so loudly and so hard that my mic doesn't pick it up.
I can't wait.
There's just straight silence because I'm just wheezing so hard. And there's just nothing coming through.
I am so excited.
Yeah, this was a good night. I definitely miss commentating. I wish I could do it more. Hopefully I can get back to doing it more.
Indeed.
As a quick recap, we have currently several finishers. OK Aaron finished first overall with a official race time of 1 hour 13 minutes 23. Chiamo finished in second 3 minutes later, 1 hour 16:49. Falcon finished in third with a time of 1 hour 22 minutes and 3 seconds. Nash Souter finished 4th, just 30 seconds behind, 1 hour 22:47. Vextifer finished in 5th place, 3 minutes behind that at 1 hour 25:46. Darkwing finished in 6th. Smirk JD finished in 7th. Worldwide Wimpy finished in 8th with a time of 1:29:44. Leslie Probe finished in 9th place with a time of 1 hour 31:56. Taco finished in 10th place with a time of 1 hour 34:56. James Evan X finished in 11th. Lana Bean finished in 12th with a time of 1 hour 40 minutes and 44. And Roach has brought up the rear with in 13th place currently, 1 hour 40 minutes and 53 seconds.
Man, why you gotta make it sound like I suck, man? Bringing up the rear, I see how it is.
Listen, if you're not first, you're last. It's just how it is.
Okay, Coy.
Anyway, I do appreciate all the the commentators, trackers, the restreamer, and everything. But I will be calling it a night here. So wish everyone luck in their future races.
Thank you for thank you for coming. Thank you for racing. I can speak English. Have a good night.
Have a good night.
I'm going to go ahead and take off too. So thank you guys so much.
This was definitely a very fun time.
Indeed.
Yeah, thanks y'all for the restream and the tracking, and hopefully we'll do better next time.
Once again, my co-commentator has been Mama Sheepy. We have been backed up at the rear by Maddie Walkherd and Aqua House doing the tracking on the back end. And our racer was Drossy today, and we are very thankful to not only all of them, but also all of you watching in the background. We would not be here if it weren't for you. We also have Speed Gaming 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Any game that you want to see run fast, we probably have at some point done it for you, and we'll probably do it again at some point in the future.
Don't forget the other Speak Gaming channels are also in other languages too.
Yep, I know we have French, German, and Spanish. I do not know if we have any other languages at the
We
moment.
definitely have a Dutch and a Portuguese channel as well.
There you have it. If you speak any of those 5 languages, you have a home here on Twitch in the Speed Gaming Network.
And I do know tomorrow's daily is at 2 p.m. and it's the Open Booth Open Flute, and that actually should be really interesting just to just see in general, even if we don't have it on restream.
Maddie Walkherd is informing us that we do not actually have a Dutch channel at the moment.
I thought we did.
But hey, if you speak Dutch and you want to help get it started, come by and join the Discord. We might be able to do something for you. No promises.
I thought we had a Dutch channel. Wait, nope, that must be Games on Quick.
Maddie Walkherd also says you might be thinking of Deutsch, which is the word for the German language.
I might be!
Remember, English is a fun language.
English is the language that unfortunately I speak.
But unfortunately, I think that's all I have for you tonight. Do you have anything else, Sheepy?
I can't think of anything for English is a language! I can't think of anything else as well. But once again, thank you so much to our restreamer, to the community, to the trackers, and of course both of us commentators. It's been such a good time. Had a good time.
Have a good night, guys.
Good night, guys!